Hey everybody, welcome to episode 50 of the Fiberista Files. Today is Monday, October 3rd. Yay, we're at 50 episodes. I've been podcasting, a year and a half? uh, yeah, 50 episodes. I'll talk more about that later, but I just kind of wanted to take a moment and say that's a milestone. Yeah, so let's get started, shall we? You're here for the content, not for me thinking about things into the middle distance. Okay, I do have show notes this week. They're on my laptop, so I'm going to keep looking this way. I'm going to try to remember to come back to the screen. So, week in review. Last week was kind of a busy week. School grades were closing for progress reports, which happens halfway in between the beginning and the ending of the quarter. So I was trying to get a lot of student work in and trying to get a lot of things done. Last week was busy. This week is also going to be busy until at least the end of Thursday. My week seemed to fill up. Like I get to school on Monday and the week doesn't look bad, and then by Monday afternoon, my planner is filled with all of the obligations that I have. So I'm doing the best I can, getting through it one day at a time, and we shall see how it goes. So, my honey, I'm calling him like, it's not like Katie's honey. My husband came down this past weekend. Instead of me driving north and going home, he actually came down. He brought the dog, and he and the dog came down for the weekend, which was fantastic. I didn't have to drive north. I didn't have to worry about what work to bring, what work not to bring. Do I bring schoolwork? Do I bring Highland Handmades work? Can I get my packages mailed out on Friday before I leave? What happens if I get another order? I didn't have to worry about any of that. I stayed here. I did make a quick trip to Ellsworth to buy a couple of things and pay my rent, and then I came right home. I had my pajamas on, dyed up some yarn. He showed up. We had dinner. I skeined some yarn. I put some on the dryer. Like, I was able to work while he was here. I don't think he had a very good time because I have no couch and no TV, no video gaming systems, all that's at home. So I think he was a little bored. But he watched a couple movies on my laptop. We took a couple naps. We went for walks. We did some exploring of the coast. Neither he or I are familiar with this section of the coastline of Maine, so we drove around for a couple hours and basically had a good time. The dog was bored stiff. I don't really feel bad for that. He deserves to be bored once in a while because we cater to his every stinking whim. So, yeah, it was good. We haven't decided yet if I'll be going home this next weekend or if he'll be coming down. It's a 3-day weekend. He doesn't have a 3-day weekend. I do. We'll see. We haven't decided yet. We've got time. So, it's been wet, rainy, and cold here in Maine. It's been good weather for knitting and not really much else. It rained all weekend. Hasn't been great. So, knitting. Let's see what I've got knitting-wise. I have been knitting on the rainbow rib sock. I actually had knit all the way, had done the heel, this is the top, and I had done a short row heel, and then come joined the yarn again and was working in the round again and decided that I didn't like the color change. It was too abrupt from where I had gone to work on just needle number 2, and then the color shift switched, and I thought I was going to be okay with it. I told myself I was going to be okay with it. I was expecting it. I knew it was going to happen, and then when I started knitting it, I decided I hated it. So I ripped it out. You can see this is the double point that I used just to pick up the stitches, and I am in the process of picking them all back up and knitting on. So we'll see how that goes. Sorry, my nose is suddenly all of a sudden running. I'm still in love with this sock. I'm still in love with the yarn. My yarn ball looks a little weird now because I had to take out all that yarn that I used, but the sock is still lovely. So that's the rainbow rib sock. I did not knit on the Even Star. I did not knit on the Levy. I did not knit on my Wish. I did not knit on those diamond trellis socks, which will have a cooler name very soon. Instead, I cast on a new project. I know, but last week I had said that I was going to rip out the Prince Charming frog pattern, and I did. It's done, it's gone, it's disappeared. So I decided that since I had gotten rid of one project for my future nephew, that meant that I could cast on another one. So this is the sock yarn sweater by Hannah Fettig and Knitbot. This is it. This is the top, and here are the sleeves. It's a top-down sweater. I'm not sure how well you can see that. This is knit out of, let me bring up my camera so I can tell if it's focusing. It's knit out of just a sock yarn sample. I was testing a dye technique, so it's a whole bunch of blues. It's a little bit washed out in this picture, but it's a beautiful set of blues, semi-solid, and it's knitting up so nice. This neckline is wide. The pattern is written for it to be really wide, I think, so that it will fit over baby's head, but was coming down like flash dance, was like coming down over their shoulders, and I didn't really like that, so I did make a modification to cast on fewer stitches around the neck, and then I'm just going to increase it until it's set, so I'll just keep increasing. So I started that. I'm knitting that on US 4 needles. I'm magic looping that. I actually like the fabric of the sock yarn on the US 4. I don't think I would like it for socks, but for the sweater is looking really nice. So that's, let me show you the pattern. This is more like a formal sweater. Oh, that's not it. Here's the sweater folded in half, and then this baby is laying on his back upside down, but you can see there the sweater, and you can see that wide neckline. So I'm doing that, and then that's like a, you know, baby get his pictures on the sweater, and then I'm also going to do eventually, as soon as this one's done, I'm going to do the Baby Yoda sweater, which is by Carrie Luna. This is a worsted weight sweater that's like a wrap, kind of like a Jedi sweater, hence the term Yoda, I think. It says that it should be knit in a soft, machine washable yarn of 100% cotton, because young Jedis prefer natural fibers, you know. Acrylic interferes with the force. I'm going to knit it with acrylic. I bought some really nice something at a craft store. I don't even remember what it is. When I get closer to knitting this, I'll actually tell you what it is. But it's a sort of a muted, kind of a camouflagey sort of singles yarn. And then I also have another sweater which is preppy, and I'm gonna, I think, add some argyle patterning to it because my brother loves argyle. He's such a prep. This is the Telemark pullover designed by Erica Flory. It has a little like collar and everything. So the baby sweaters hopefully to go fast because God knows I've never knit an adult sweater. So that's the other thing that's been on my needles. I did finish a couple things knit-wise that have been great. I sent off 6 of the Preemie Beanies to my local NICU. My friend Leanne is a CNA in the NICU, so I know that if I give them to her, they will get to the babies that need them. So I give those to her. So I did that for the project Sweet Caroline, and I will be doing more of those, I'm sure. I'm also helping out Katie from Knitting on the Fly with the Click for Babies hat drive, the purple hat drive to raise awareness for shaken baby syndrome. This is the first hat. It looks a little big to me. That's what I get for just coming up with a pattern. The Preemie Beanies were knit on US 2s, and I cast on 72 stitches. This is knit with a worsted on size US 10 or 10 and a half, and I also cast on 72 stitches. So clearly I need to move it down to like, I don't know, 60 maybe. We'll see. But here's one. It's purple. I'm knitting this out of the most ancient skein of woolies from Lion Brand that I've ever seen. Like I don't even know how long ago they made this label. Like this is an old Lion Brand label, but it's the woolies. It is 80% acrylic and 20% wool. So I don't know. Anyways, so I'm going to get at least one more out of that. And then I hope to send those to Katie very soon. So that's that. And then this has been finished. It's still damp actually from blocking. I blocked my lined beanie hat. This is my pattern that will be a free pattern on Ravelry. You can see it's got the lining in it still. This thing is wicked heavy when it's wet. Whatever, it's been on the dryer for 2 days, so it's done being blocked. I got pictures of this done this weekend. My husband and I went for a walk with the dog, and he was kind enough to take pictures of me wearing the hat. So the hat will be available very soon. It is out to test knitters. I was just waiting on those pictures, like I said last time, for like 3 weeks. But it's done now, and I think one person is already halfway through it, so it should be quick. It's a quick pattern. It's quick knit. It's knit out of Bartlett yarns worsted in midnight blue and medium sheep's wool gray, and knit on US 5 needles. I don't have any of the millimeter sizes for these projects. So anyways, that's the hat, and that will be available very soon as a free pattern on Ravelry. That's it for knitting. Spinning. I have not spun any this week. I'm sorry. I know I said last week I was going to. I really wanted to. I've not had the time. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. But I did embark on a new project that will have spinning attached to it. I began playing with the researching, whatever, working with, however you want to say it. I've begun playing with the fibers from the fiber sampler I got from the Spinning Loft as part of that nitty.com contest that I won this summer. So the first fiber that I pulled out of the box to work with was the Southdown fiber, and I scoured it and did my research on the breed and all that, and that was in the blog post that I did yesterday. I'm going through all of the wool samples in that box very categorically. Like I am having a hard time talking. Every breed will have 3 blog posts. The first blog post about the breed history and the scouring process, the second about the processing of that fleece, and the third about the spinning of it. So there'll be 3 blog posts per every breed in the box. Now, that being said, I've done the first one, and I'm working on the second post of the first fleece now. So this is the Southdown, and I've processed it. You'll see more about this in the blog in the coming days. It's very, very, very springy. I learned quite a bit about Southdown from the Fleece and Fiber Source book and the Hand Spinning Rare Wools DVD. So I shared that on the blog. You can find the blog at www.highlandhandmades.com. It's just the main site. And you can go ahead and subscribe to the RSS feed if you're interested in this. And hopefully I'll have 3 blog posts a week, and they will all be sent right to your inbox. So that's what I'm working on. I'm working on the Southdown this week, and next week I'm going in the completely opposite direction. I'm going to work with Navajo Churro. We'll see how that goes. So yeah. Where's my notes? Dye pots. I have been in the dye pots this week, and I have more going to happen tonight as soon as I get done podcasting and start setting this up. And we'll have more tomorrow, and then I probably won't be able to dye Wednesday because Wednesday I'll be getting ready for the shop update. Moving the shop update to Thursday. Sorry, moving it to Thursday. I'm working on it still. I'll talk more about that in processes, but challenging, the colorway challenging that I did for the Plurk Podcaster Challenge, the official yarn of the Plurk Podcaster Challenge is done. D-O-N-E, done. Stick a fork in it, done. I caught up with all my custom orders, and I think I'm going to have an extra skein or 2 hanging around that I'll put up in the shop if I have any extras left over, and I think I will. But I'm done. I'm done with that colorway. I really like the colorway. I really like the colors. I have had a lot of fun working with Lois on this project and with all the other podcasters on the project. Absolutely hope I can do it again next year. Turns out I don't like dyeing the same thing over and over again. Not in a row. I've done some colorways over and over again, like Cherry Blossom, I've done a lot, but I do it and then I don't do it for a month, and then I do a little bit and then I don't do it for a month. And so I don't have a time to get annoyed with it. This one, I filled up my squirt bottles, my dye bottles, and then as soon as they were emptied, they got filled with the exact same colors again, and I did more, and then I did more, and then I did more. I was just really ready for a change. So if you didn't get it, sorry. That's too bad. But you will have another opportunity next year if there's another Plurk Podcaster Challenge. There'll be a new Plurk Podcaster colorway. If you really desperately wanted it and didn't get it, ask me again in 6 months when I haven't dyed it for a long time and see if I change my mind, because I'm so done dyeing that colorway right now. Yep. In the next update, I will have Trickster. I had a custom order on that. It's just as easy to do 3 as it is to do 1, so I did 3 of that. Cherry Blossom, there will be more in that update. I haven't quite decided yet what all I'm going to dye. I have a cone of lace weight that I don't know if I'll get skeined in time to dye. That takes forever because you have to go slow so you don't break the yarn. But I'm working on it. I am working on it. I am getting there. I have bulky weight yarn to dye up, so there will be some bulky colorways. It's going to be good. I'm excited. So stay tuned. The shop update will be Thursday, October 6th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Thursday, October 6th will be the next shop update. That brings me to processes. I've been tweaking my processes of how I do business because, as you've seen in the last few weeks, I'm really struggling to get it all done. I'm either working until 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, exhausting myself, and I'm no good at school, or I'm so tired from school that I'm not able to work on Highland Handmades. Being in 2 locations has been tough. It's been tough. I don't need to go over it again and again and again. But I've decided to shift my updates from every week to every 2 weeks. So I'm going to have bi-monthly updates. This will do a couple of things. Number 1, it's going to give me more time so that I can make larger updates. I don't have to worry about, I have 2 days a week that I can dye yarn and then it's got to go in the update so I don't have any more time. I'm going to have much more time to get stuff done. I'm also going to be able to come back from if I have a lot of late meetings at school or if I have to go home on the weekends, it will give me a chance to come back from those other time obligations. So that'll be good. From a business perspective, it's good. It's supply and demand. You reduce your supply, so hopefully to increase the demand. So I'm hoping that if I have bigger updates and they happen less frequently, then they'll be shopped harder. So you'll be able to get a bunch of stuff at once. So we'll see how it goes. That may change again in the future. I know it's frustrating for you folks to think that there's an update and there wasn't. There was supposed to be a spindle update last week and it didn't get done. The Trifecta Yarn Club sucked all of my time out last week. Like, sucked every ounce of time I had until those packages left on Thursday. So that club's done. Everybody has their packages going to them. So every 2 weeks there's going to be an update. Growth. A customer emailed me to ask me if I'd be interested in doing a show in Connecticut next year. It's totally random. She happened to be talking to the people. She said, hey, I know this dyer. She might want to go. She emailed me. Thank you, Susan. That was incredibly helpful. I'm absolutely looking for more shows to do, especially where the one in October got canceled and I didn't get into the one in February. I need more shows. I need more shows to do. So if you are in the New England area and there's a show that you think I might do well at, or if you want to see me at one of your events, email me, heather@highlandhandmades.com or highlandhandmades@gmail.com. Let me know. Tell me what's up. I'd love to do more shows, so give me a show. Grubby Hands. Grubby Hands is me this week. Not Highland Handmades, but me. I had plurked that I had made pumpkin chocolate chip cookies the other day, and a bunch of people were like, wow, I really want that recipe, because they are the most delicious cookies you have ever had in your life. They're delicious. So I figured that I would just give you all the recipe, so in case you wanted it, you could have it. Isn't that nice? The recipe isn't mine. It's actually from my husband's family. Most of his family has passed away, but this is his mom's recipe, who has passed. She's passed, and she was the best cook ever. And I became marriage material when nobody can cook like his mother can cook, but I was able to successfully replicate her results. I was able to get very, very close to what she did. So he knew I was good for marriage. He knew he'd marry me when I made good pumpkin chip cookies. So I just thought I'd share that recipe with y'all. It'll be on the blog at thefiberistafiles.com. I will get this up before the episode is up so that when they go live, they'll go live together. So you'll have that. Be warned, this recipe makes like 6 dozen cookies. It's easily halved so that you don't have to make so much. But I have an industrial strength KitchenAid mixer and it fills it up. So Let me see what else I have. Oh, I almost totally forgot. Back up. If you try the cookie recipe and you like it, please let me know. Leave a comment on the blog. I'd love to hear what you guys think about them. So yeah. So last thing, you've stuck with me all this time. Now it is time for the episode 50 giveaway. I have 2 giveaways this week. As I mentioned before, the first is the finished object contest and the second is the favorite episode contest. So give me just 1 second. I'm going to pull up a Ravelry here and go to my lovely forum. I was totally impressed with all of the people who added pictures to the finished object show and tell. You guys did great. I asked for pictures of stuff in progress and finished pictures, and absolutely you came through for me. So there were 106 images in that thread. Some won't be eligible, like some were people who had dyed yarn for themselves, but most of them are eligible. So I'm going to go to randomnumbergenerator.org. I'm going to have to Google search that. Sorry, I should have done this before I started recording. I apologize. Random number generator. Random.org. And I'm going to put in minimum, is the first one mine? First post is mine, I think. So I'm going to put, let's just do the pictures. 0 to 107 because there's 106 pictures. So if I put my minimum and maximum on the outside of that, that means everybody is eligible. And here I'm going to generate the result. That is number 94. I'm going to move the camera so that you can see that number 94 is the winner. I hope that focused because I'm totally not looking at it. So, look at me. Let's go look at number 94. It'll be easier if I count backwards probably. Page number 3. So let's see. Scroll to the bottom of the page. 106, 105, 104. 103, 102, 101, 100, 99, 98, 97, 96, 95. 94 is Mad79, who was post 126. Wow. She is spinning the Highland Handmades white spruce top. That is the 60% superwash merino, 30% bamboo, 10% nylon blend in the colorway Golden Gate Dreams. So Mad79, you have just won a $25 gift certificate to my shop. Yay! I'm not going to make you share that with your lovely daughter, but you could if you wished. Thank you very much. So you'll have to contact me, Mad79, to figure out how it's going to work because I don't actually have a coupon code that will work for $25 off. My software will only allow percentages off. So contact me and let me know what you want. You can wait till the next update if you want, or 6 months if you want, however you go. So yay! Let me write that down, Mad79. If you haven't looked at the pictures on that thread lately, you should totally go. There's some amazing stuff. Okay, so the next contest is for the book Entrelac, The Essential Guide to Interlace Knitting by Rosemary Drysdale. This is actually a gift from a viewer who had 2. She bought 2 by accident and she wants to give one to you guys. So I'm going to have the contest. I will give your details to her and she will ship it to you directly. So this was the What is your favorite episode contest. I absolutely loved reading what everyone had to say. I think I clicked everybody's love button on that. I did make a couple of posts, so if you get mine, then you won't, obviously I won't win my own prize, but I do hear you that you like the episodes with Katie. I do too. They're my favorite as much as they're your favorite. I would very much like to do another episode with Katie soon. The chaos that is our lives needs to slow down first. Hopefully soon. But I do hear you, and I agree with you. Katie is fun, I'm fun, but together we're real fun. So there are 22 comments in this one. So again, I'm going to put the minimum at 0 and the maximum at 23. Generate. The result is number 20. And let's see who post number 20 was. Post number 20 is Sarah B, who said, oh, she was making a comment because I had made a comment last week about people with dreadlocks, and I didn't in any way mean all people with dreadlocks, just the people who go to the Common Ground Fair that happen to have them and also have bare feet and also don't wear supportive undergarments. It was a specific group of people. I don't mind dreadlocks, I really don't. Anyway, she said that she likes the podcast and whatnot. So, Sarah B, no, Sabra B, Sabrab, Sabra B. Sabra B, you just won the copy of Entrelac, The Essential Guide to Interlaced Knitting. So, if you will PM me with your address, I will get that shipped right out to you. Clearly, I'm a little bit tired tonight. I am sorry about that. But thank you very much, everybody, for the last amazing 50 episodes. I've had a really good time, and here's to 50 more. So until next week, guys, thanks for happy spinning and knitting, and thanks for tuning in.